The first break in my marriage didn't come with shouting or slammed doors. It arrived quietly, like a faint crack in glass you don't notice until it spreads. It was a Thursday evening. I got off work early and decided to surprise Emily. I grabbed her favorite Thai takeout, the meal she always craved when her deadlines were piling up, and came home hoping for a warm evening together. I expected the usual, her smile, a teasing remark about how I spoil her, maybe a kiss on the cheek. Instead, I found her on the couch, her face lit blue by her phone. She didn't see me right away. When she finally looked up, there was a flash in her eyes, not surprise, but something sharper. Guilt. "Hey," I said, putting the food down. "Hey," she replied quickly, locking her phone too fast. "Long day." Her tone was casual, but her fingers shook as she reached for a napkin. Something twisted in my chest. For the first time in a decade of marriage, I felt like I was looking at a stranger. Suspicion came in small doses at first. Late nights at work. A phone that never left her hand. Notifications silenced. The private smiles at messages I never saw. Even our intimacy changed, still there, but thin and mechanical, like we were just playing our parts. Some nights she turned away from me in bed, claiming exhaustion. One night, when she'd fallen asleep on the couch, I picked up her phone. My hands were shaking so hard it felt dangerous. The lock code had changed. That was all I needed to know, not evidence, but certainty, like hearing distant thunder before the storm hits. Eventually, I broke. I told myself I wouldn't snoop, but curiosity turned into desperation. One Saturday while she was showering, I opened her laptop. There it was, an email thread. The subject line read "Last night." I clicked. "I can still taste you. Wish you didn't have to leave so soon." The words hit me like a blow to the chest. My vision tunneled. My heart slammed against my ribs. His name was Adam. I knew him, not well, but enough. He was a manager from another department. I had shaken his hand at a holiday party. He'd smiled at me and said how lucky I was to have Emily. Lucky? I closed the laptop before she came back. My chest burned, but I couldn't unknow what I'd seen. That night, I asked her to sit with me at the kitchen table. The same table where we had celebrated anniversaries and dreamed about having kids one day. "How long?" I asked, my voice steady though my hands wouldn't stop trembling. Her fork fell against the plate. "What are you talking about?" "Don't," I said. My throat felt like it was closing. "Don't lie to me. I know about Adam." Her face drained of color. For a moment I thought she might deny it. But then her shoulders collapsed. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. "How long?" 6 months. 6 months. Half a year of lies. Half a year of stolen afternoons and hotel rooms paid for by my trust. "Do you love him?" I asked. She didn't speak. Her silence was louder than any answer. I didn't yell. I didn't break anything. I just stood, walked to the bedroom, and grabbed a suitcase. "Where are you going?" she asked, panic creeping into her voice. "I'm not," I said. "You are. We're done." She cried, begged, swore it was a mistake. But the more she pleaded, the more I realized that whatever we had was gone. The woman who once looked at me like I was her entire world wasn't sitting in front of me anymore. By midnight, she was gone too, suitcase in hand, tears running down her face as she stepped out of the house we built together. And just like that, 10 years of love, trust, and shared dreams ended. The days that followed passed in a haze, divorce papers, dividing possessions, dismantling the life we'd created. The phone calls came first, lawyers, friends, well-meaning voices offering comfort I didn't want. Nights dragged on with me staring at the empty half of the bed, trying to understand how everything had fallen apart so quickly. But what haunted me most wasn't her absence. It was the silence. No buzzing phone I wasn't supposed to check. No excuses, no lies, just a hollow stillness. The same quiet that had been the first sign something was wrong. For weeks, I thought that was the end of the story. Divorce, heartbreak, then the slow work of patching myself back together. But then came the knock. It was raining that night when I heard it, steady, purposeful. When I opened the door, I froze. Adam was standing there. The man she had left me for. Or maybe the man she had chosen to give herself to. Either way, the sight of him set my chest on fire. "What do you want?" I demanded. He looked wrecked, hair wild, clothes crumpled, eyes rimmed in red. "Please," he said, voice breaking. "Can I come in?" I nearly slammed the door in his face. But something, maybe curiosity, maybe the need to confront the person I'd blamed for months, made me step aside. He sat stiffly on the edge of my couch, like a man about to be sentenced. "She told me she was leaving you for me," he started quietly. "Said you were cold, that you didn't love her anymore." I believed her. I thought we had a future. My fists tightened. "And you still went along with it, knowing she was married." "I did," he said, shame pouring from his voice. "And I hated myself for it. But I loved her. Or, at least I thought I did." He dragged his hands over his face. "But she left me, too. The day after she left you. Said she needed space. Then I found out she's already with someone else. I was just one stop on the way to whatever she's looking for." I stared at him, my anger dimming into something unexpected. Not forgiveness exactly, but understanding. Emily hadn't just betrayed me. She'd betrayed him too, and maybe others before us. She wasn't chasing love. She was chasing something she couldn't hold on to: validation, thrill, distraction. Whatever it was never really about me or Adam. For the first time, I realized this wasn't about my worth. It wasn't proof that I had failed as a husband. It was about her and the emptiness she was trying to fill. Adam stood, his shoulders heavy. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "For all of it. If I could undo it, I would." I looked at him for a long moment before nodding. So would I. He stepped out into the rain and disappeared down the street. I shut the door, not just on him, but on everything. The lies. The hurt. The weight I'd been carrying. And for the first time in months, I felt free. The divorce was finalized soon after. Papers signed, property divided, names separated. I expected to feel empty when it was over, but instead, I felt lighter. I started running again. I joined a book club. I reconnected with friends I'd pushed away during my marriage. Little by little, I rebuilt myself. One evening, I stood on the porch watching the sky turn gold and crimson. I thought of Emily, wherever she was, whoever she was with, and felt only the faintest ache. She belonged to the past now. And as the sun slipped below the horizon, I understood something I hadn't before. Betrayal doesn't just shatter you. Sometimes, it sets you free.